Yay, we've made it to the end of the week. Well done, everybody. It is Thursday. It is our last English lesson before half term. You guys have done brilliantly this week. I am really looking forward to reading these instructions when they are done. So today we've laid all the groundwork down. We are ready to write our instructions. Some of you will have a template to write your instructions in. Some of you will do it straight into your books, okay? So we're going to write these instructions. So we're going to use the template if you've got it. You're going to need yesterday's plan to help you because that's got your subtitles in. That's got everything you're going to need in it. You're going to need to make sure you're writing in sentences. You're going to need to remember your punctuation. And for the year twos, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to show it on the video, but I will be talking you through what the kind of layout is I'm expecting from you. Okay, so here is my plan from yesterday. I couldn't read my own writing, so I changed the title to a type, but everything else is there. And then same for the second part as well. So I've still got my extra tip. So let's have a look. You all have a toolkit. You all have the same one. So it doesn't matter whether you're year one, year two, instruction writing is the same. Okay? So what I am looking for is a list of the things that you need. So if you follow your plan, you will automatically put that in there. Tick that when you're done. Using time connectives. First, after that, finally. Again, if you've put them in your plan, you will automatically put them into your writing. That can be ticked off. Using imperative verbs, those bossy verbs. Again, they were on your plan. If you've done your plan correctly, you should be ticking that off. You making sure that your sentences all start with a capital letter and a full stop. I say for most sentences, really now everybody should be getting them for all of them. This is a new one. I want you to be able to read your sentences back to a grown-up if you are doing it at home. Because sometimes they might not be able to read your writing, but you should be able to read your writing. If you cannot read your sentences back, how are you expecting somebody who doesn't know you to be able to read your work? That's why there is nothing in here about letter formation, because that comes into that target. If you can form your letters correctly and put your finger spaces in, you should be able to read your sentences back. And then, can you join maybe one or two of the instructions with and or but? That might be tricky, but we can give it a go. So, here is our template. Now, year twos who have got no template, you can do it. You can still do it with this layout, just straight into your book. Okay, so you should have the toolkit stuck in your book at the top of the page. The first line is for your title. That line up there, that's where you put the title. So how to make, or how to build, actually, I didn't say make. How to build. Build is a tricky word. It's U-I-L-D. So I've spelt it now, so nobody should be spelling that word wrong. How to build a... Now we used a suspension bridge. You might have beam bridge in there. You might have cantilever bridge. It's only a suspension bridge if those bits pointing downwards are holding the bridge up. If you took them away, the bridge would collapse. If you take them away and the bridge stays up, it's not a suspension bridge, it's a beam bridge. Okay, so that's the title. That you would put that underneath your toolkit, year twos, if you've got no template. And then you would write on the, I would leave a line here, then write the word introduction and underline it with a ruler. Okay, and then you write your introduction. So if I go back to my story plan, I've got, you want to build a suspension bridge at home? Or I want to, how do I put this? You want to This is to build a suspension bridge at home. It needs to be strong enough to have a toy car drive across it. Okay, so that's what I'm writing. So these are to build a bridge at home. Strong enough. I'm going to put it all in one sentence. These are these instructions. See, I am making mistakes. That's why it's okay to make mistakes and rub things out. Okay, it's about going over and reading your work and making sure it makes sense. So these instructions are to help build a bridge at home so a car can cross, or strong enough so a car can cross. Still don't like it, but I'm not changing it again. So that's your introduction. Then you're going to leave another line. Okay. Now, this year twos who haven't got a template, this is where yours might change. You could draw a little line halfway down halfway through the page, and do your what you need list over here, and then leave a space for a picture. Or you can go all the way across the page and then leave a space for a picture underneath. It's completely up to you. But this is the materials list. So if I flick back to that, lolly stick, cardboard, string, glue gun. I'm not going to write them all. I'm going to do the first three. Lolly sticks, cardboard, string. Whoops, going the wrong way. So, doesn't need a capital letter because it's not a sentence. So, lolly sticks. My writing has gone appalling. Lolly sticks, comma, cardboard. Really should have. That's horrible. I hate that. I'm gonna rub it out. I'm gonna put string in there so it fits. String. That's better. Comma. The comma goes there. Please do not put a comma at the beginning of your line. Cardboard. Now I'm doing the first three. You're gonna keep listing all the way down. Here is where, if you've got a printer and you can print off a picture of your bridge, stick it there. If not, I will stick it on when I get your work back. Okay, that's the first bit. Now I have done an what you need list. I haven't put any connectives in. I haven't used any imperative verbs yet. I've got a full stop and a capital letter. I can read my sentences back. These instructions are to help build a bridge at home so a car can cross. And I haven't done that one yet. So if I go to the next bit, I've already got my numbers. So again, you're going to leave a line. Then you're going to write instructions and underline it. Year twos. Then you're going to put your numbers in. So if you've got a template, the numbers are already there for you. Now, mine only went up to number 5. If you've got more than 5 instructions, just go on to the next page. Rather than going onto the back, go stick this in your book and go on to the next page in your book. It's absolutely fine, because I've left a space for an extra tip anyway. I'm not going to write all these instructions. I'm going to write the first 2. So I've got my number. First, cut the cardboard into a rectangle. That's my sentence. It's a really simple sentence. First, there's my time connective. Cut. There's my imperative verb. The cardboard into a rectangle. Nice and simple, full stop. So that one instruction has a time connective, it has an imperative verb, it has a full stop, and a capital letter. Done. No and yet. Let's go back to this one. Then stick 12 lolly sticks to make the supports. So what am I didn't put what I'm sticking it with though. So I need to include that in my instructions. So then with the glue gun, stick. So there's my imperative verb, stick. There is my time connective. Then with the glue gun, stick the 12. Really should be writing it as a word, not a number, because it's English. If it was maths, you could write it as a number, but here we've got to write it as a word. So 12 lolly sticks to form a square, because that's the shape I made. Because otherwise you could just stick them on top of each other. You wouldn't actually know. And here, if I had a recipe, if it was a recipe book, you might have an instruction of what the square looks like. There's my full stop. So again, I've got my time connective, and I've got my bossy verb, my imperative verb. And I want you to carry on through. So number 3, number 4, and number 5. I still have not included. I've done this one now. Oh, wrong colour. I've done this one. I have not used and yet. So I've got to find a way of fitting it in somewhere. And you're going to go through all the instructions. You're then going to leave a line when you finish the instructions, and you're going to put your extra tip. Now, year 2's extra tip should also be underlined, and then you can write it. If the bridge is too long, make another support. Really simple. If the bridge is too long, make another support for the middle. But it shouldn't be if your suspension is working well enough. And I've got my full stop in there and my capital letter. So year 1s and anybody who's got the template, just follow the template. Year 2s, I'm going to go back over what I'm expecting from you. So you put your title, just like you did for your story, your title in the middle of the line at the top underneath your toolkit. Then leave a line. Then write and underline the word introduction, and then write the introductory sentence directly underneath. Then leave another line, write materials needed or what you need or equipment list, whatever you want to call it, there. Then list your equipment, making sure you've got your commas. When you've come to the end of the materials list, you leave another line, then write your instructions or what you do. So use the tool, use these as your subtitles. Then do your numbered instructions. Please make sure that when you start a new instruction, you start a new line. Look, I have not done number 2 here. Start a new line for each instruction. Then leave another line at the bottom and write the extra tip. And that is your instructions for whatever bridge you have made or whatever you have made this week. Okay? I'm really looking forward to reading these later on today or tomorrow, whenever you hand them in. Good luck with this. You've got it. You'll be fine. I know it's small writing and I know writing can be hard. But this is a simple writing task and I know all of you can do it. Okay? Off you go and write me some instructions.